Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to explain a movie called The Way of Water, which is the second Avatar movie. The film starts on Pandora, with Jake Sully recapping his life since joining the Nausicaa as chief of the Omaticaya clan. He and Neytiri have become parents to Needium, Lo'ak, and Tuk, along with another adopted daughter, Kiri, who was born from the comatose avatar body of Dr. Grace Augustine. The kids also spend time with a human boy, Spider, the son of the late Colonel Quaritch, who was left behind with the human scientists after the previous group evaluated Pandora since babies couldn't be put into cryostasis. While the children see Spider as a cousin, Neytiri feels the boy would be better off with other humans, partly due to her hatred of the Sky People. While everything seems blissful, Jake's happiness is quickly shattered when Jake sees a new star in the sky as shuttles of RDA ships begin to descend upon Pandora, destroying huge parts of the forest and killing wildlife. Jake and Neytiri get their children and the other Nausicaa to safety, but Jake holds his wife as they watch in horror at the devastation left behind. 1 year later, Colonel Miles Quaritch wakes up resurrected in his own avatar body. While he attacks his former teammates, all now in their own Nausicaa skins, Quaritch soon realizes what happened after watching a video log he left himself before their previous attempted mission to tear down the Nausicaa Tree of Souls before he and his team were all killed. After gathering their new weaponry, Quaritch leads a team back onto Pandora with one goal: killing Jake. The RDA colonized Pandora, built a mining base, and settled in Bridgehead City. Jake leads several Nausicaa to fly their Ikran to attack the humans' aircraft and supply lines. Needium and Lo'ak attempt to join the fight, nearly getting severely injured. Jake gets them to safety but chastises them for putting themselves in the line of fire. The group returns to their camp with the rest of the clan. Jake discusses with Neytiri how these changes are impacting their children's lives. Meanwhile, Spider joins Lo'ak and Kiri as they go to the human research facility where Norm Spellman and Max Patel continue to work. Kiri talks to Grace's avatar as her body lies in the tank. Spider then notes that his Nausicaa friends at least know their parents, while he knows and resents who his father was, Quaritch. Quaritch and his team arrive at their base and meet General Francis Ardmore, who updates him on their operations since his dead time. Ardmore informs them of the advantages the Omaticaya have on them before telling them how they can gain their upper hand. The team enters the forest simultaneously while Jake's kids and Spider are playing. While Kiri immerses herself in nature, the other kids spot Quaritch and his team as they survey the former link unit for the humans and their avatars. He finds his skeleton inside the amp suit where he was killed. The villains find the kids, realizing they are Jake's kids because they have 5 fingers. Quaritch meets Spider and realizes he is the boy's father. Quaritch calls Ardmore and her squad to come down while he takes the other kids as hostages. Jake and Neytiri are alerted to the scene, and both are stunned to see their nemesis alive and in a Nausicaa body. Neytiri kills some of Quaritch's team before they open fire. She and Jake manage to get their kids back, but Quaritch and his surviving teammates fall back, taking Spider with them. Ardmore subjects the boy to torture to get him to disclose information on the clan's location, but Quaritch stops her and opts to try and get closer to Spider to earn his trust. He convinces Spider to ride with him on their mission, or the scientists will experiment on him. Jake talks to Neytiri about leaving the clan now that they are being targeted. He fears that Spider would disclose their clan's location to Quaritch. While Neytiri doesn't want to leave her home, Jake assures her that it is best for their children and the remaining clan since he is the main target. He passes on leadership to another warrior, Tarsum, leaving the clan with Neytiri and their children. They fly their Ikran and head toward the eastern seaboard to the home of the Metkayina clan of Nausicaa. The clan gathers with their leader, Tonowari, and his pregnant wife, Ronald. Jake requests shelter for the sake of his family. However, Ronald and other tribesmen are quick to look down on Jake and his kids for their half-human heritage, noticing that Jake's kids, unlike purebred Nausicaa, have 5 fingers, as well as the potential to bring their dangers to this land. However, Tonowari respects the accomplishment of the Torag Makto and allows them to stay, and also instructs his children Aonung and Cyria to show Jake's children how to adapt to their oceanic surroundings. Quaritch and his team take Spider through the forest, with Spider becoming their translator for the Nausicaa language that the team is still trying to learn. Quaritch also links himself to his own Ikran, albeit more forcefully than the Omaticaya did. Jake's kids join Aonung and Cyria, plus Aonung's friend Ratso, as they explore the reef. Cyria shows that they communicate with underwater creatures via sign language and link to them the same way the Omaticaya link to their animals. However, when Lo'ak attempts to connect to a creature, he is pulled quickly through the water and is thrown off. Meanwhile, Kiri has a more natural connection to the creatures and helps one of them interact with Tuck. Jake and Neytiri are shown how to fly the Tsurik, which can move in the air and underwater. Loeke gets closer to Tsairia, who shows him how to better his breathing underwater. He also takes him and his sisters deeper underwater by using creatures that provide air when resting on their backs. However, Aonung and Ratso are antagonistic toward Kiri for her being considered a half-breed, leading to Loeke punching Aonung in the face. Medium joins in the fight with Aonung's friends, leading to Jake scolding his sons for their behavior. Jake forces Loeke to apologize to Aonung. He does so, and Aonung invites Loeke to hunt with him and his friends. They go far enough until they trick Loeke into going after a creature. Still, Aonung and his friends run away, leaving Loeke and his creature attacked by an Akula that kills Loeke's mount before chasing after him. Loeke attempts to swim back up before he runs out of breath, but the Akula attempts to go for the kill until Loeke is saved by a whale-like creature called a Tolkien named Payakan. Loeke follows Payakan and finds a harpoon stuck in his fin, so he removes it and earns Payakan's trust. Jake speaks to Kiri, who has been feeling different lately due to what she has been seeing. She claims she can feel the heartbeat of their goddess Iowa and that it is mighty. Jake assures her that there is nothing wrong with her. Everyone sees Loeke return, and Tanawari scolds Aonung for leading Loeke beyond the reef when forbidden. Still, Loeke takes the blame for everything to spare Aonung from getting in trouble. Jake tells Loeke that he has shamed the family with his actions, but Aonung comes to respect Loeke. Loeke tells his siblings, plus Tsairia and the other Metkayina, about his encounter with Payakan. Still, Tsairia informs Loeke that Pakayan is considered an outcast among the other Tolkien because they see it as a killer, unlike other Tolkien. The Metkayina bonded with their Tolkien, including Ronal and her soul sister Roa. After Loeke attempts to communicate with Payakan to learn more about his history, Tsairia takes the others toward the cove of their ancestors, showing them how the land looks during the eclipse. She also guides them underwater to the Metkayina Tree of Souls. When Kiri connects to the tree, she can see and communicate with grace. However, Kiri soon suffers a terrible seizure, and her siblings bring her back to the shore. Jake gets Norm and Max to try and help Kiri, but they are no help until Ronald tries her hand and can revive Kiri. Norm tells Jake that any vision she thinks she is seeing might be a result of frontal lobe epilepsy. Unfortunately, Quaritch's teammate Lyle Wainfleet informs him of a radar picked up off the gunship that Norm and Max came in on. The villains then meet up with a whaling vessel operated by Captain Mick Scoresby and Dr. Ian Garvin to give them more advantage since they are already hunting Tolkien for anti-aging remedies. Quaritch, his teammate, and the whaler attack the Metkayina, asking them to bring out Jake, but despite all the torture, the Metkayinas don't disclose their hideout of Jake. Seeing that they wouldn't budge, Quaritch orders that they burn down the abode of the Metkayina. Loeke once again tries to ask Payakan what he did to make him an outcast. Payakan opens his mouth and allows Loeke to enter and link with him. Loeke sees Payakan's memories and sees that he attacked the whalers because they killed his mother and family. Loeke attempts to relay this new information to the Metkayina, but Jake tries to shut him up, so they do not risk further alienating the Metkayina. Loeke talks to Tsairia about this, and she believes in him. The whalers begin their attack, launching harpoons filled with inflatables and piercing the fins of the Tolkien, including Roa and her child. After collecting their material from her, Ronal and the other Metkayina arrive, and Ronal wails in agony at the loss of her soul sister and her child. Tanawari and Ronal, along with dozens of angry Metkayina, turn their ire toward Jake for leading the villains to their land as they knew would happen. When Jake points out that the Tolkien will be marked for death with the whalers' trackers, he tells the Metkayina to warn the Tolkien before more of them are killed. Loeke heads off to warn Payakan, despite Medium's warnings against it. He follows his brother, Tsairia and Aonung, and Kiri and Tuck. They find Payakan, already hit with a tracker. Medium contacts Jake to alert him, and he and Neytiri head off to rescue their kids. The whalers initiate their attack, going after the kids and Tolkien. Metkayina warriors join Jake and Neytiri in the fight. The kids are captured in the struggle and are held prisoner on the vessel. When Jake and company arrive, Quaritch orders him to stand down, holding Loeke at gunpoint to show he's serious. Jake prepares to surrender himself until Payakan sees Loeke, his soul, brother, in danger, so he leaps out of the water and slams down onto the vessel, taking some whalers down in the process. The Nasics use this moment to charge into battle. With help from Payakan and the Metkayina, they can kill most of the whalers. Scoresby attempts to harpoon Payakan, but he manages to wrap the wire around their boat, killing the men and severing Scoresby's arm. The kids escape, and Kiri uses her powers to manipulate the ocean environment to kill some whalers chasing after them. Spider also turns on the other humans and rejoins his Nausicaa family. Amid the battle, Medium rescues his siblings and their friends, but he is shot by Quaritch while trying to escape. The family gets to a rock where they attempt to help Medium, but he succumbs to his wounds. Neytiri wails in despair at the loss of her son, and the rest of the family is devastated. Quaritch contacts Jake, revealing he has Kiri and Tuck as his hostages. Jake heads into the sinking vessel for the showdown, accompanied by Neytiri, Spider, and Loak. Neytiri ruthlessly slaughters Quaritch's team in retribution for Medium, just as Jake goes to face his nemesis. After Jake frees Tuck, Quaritch emerges with Kiri and a knife to her throat. He asked Jake to surrender, or he was going to kill Kiri. But Neytiri grabs Spider and threatens his life in return. Although Quaritch tries to deny his care and relationship with the boy, saying the boy is not his child, he relents and lets Kiri go after Neytiri cuts Spider across his chest. Neytiri brings the kids to safety, and Jake ends it with Quaritch fighting to the death. The vessel starts to come down completely, trapping the family underwater. Jake fights Quaritch until he gets him in a chokehold and lets him sink underwater. But Jake was slowly losing his breath as he struggled to swim out but could not. Loak finds his father, who tells him to go without him since Jake doesn't think he will make it, but Loak encourages him and helps him breathe the way Cyria showed him, and they escape on Pyakin's back, who takes them to safety. Spider swims to save Quaritch, who asks him to come along with him, but Spider abandons him for his evil deeds and rejoins Jake's family, with Jake officially taking him in as a son. The family then holds a funeral for Medium, where his body is submerged and rests on the glowing polyp bed close to the Cove of Ancestors as the tree spirits embrace Medium. Jake prepares to bid Tonowari farewell, but he tells Jake that he and his family are Mekiina now and are welcome to stay. Jake and Neytiri link themselves to the tree, where they can see Medium through memories. Jake, recognizing this land as his family's new home, vows to fight and protect them.